Hey everybody, what's going on? E3 is happening, apparently. I don't know how to do added effects. So, and 3 games in particular caught my eye. And so I'm going to be talking very briefly about those, trying to show the trailers. If I can't, you'll know why. So let's go ahead and get started here. Up first, Star Wars Battlefront from EA.
Exposed. Take it out.
It should be noted, a lot of this footage and news that I'm talking about not just comes from E3 as well, obviously, but a lot of this I saw and heard about on the Rage Select website, so just a frame of reference for you guys. I have been hearing a lot about this. I've never actually played Battlefront, ever, because it is an online game, and, well, online just doesn't ever really seem to work out too well for me, though until recently. I still need to do a video on Titanfall. I have the recorded footage, and I will try to do that at some point here. And I gotta say, this looks really good, though, despite the fact that they're claiming that everything that they showed, that you just saw, if I could show the footage, that everything was captured from a PlayStation 4. Kind of doubt it. Because, yeah, graphics on the PlayStation 4 for a current-gen game looks really good. It does. But I doubt as much chaos and as much action and explosions and everything that's been going on. And this was supposed to be a multiplayer match. As everything that was going on, I doubt that it all flows that smoothly, and I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of other skeptics as well who would say the same things. But nonetheless, this did kind of sell me on it with the big battle on Hoth. I do wonder what other battles we might be seeing, though there have also been rumors and some reports saying that there probably won't be as many vehicles, there won't be as many maps and such, so it might be limited to ground combat unless all of that comes later with DLC. It usually does. I mean, this is EA that we're talking about. But I will say, I would be interested in taking a look at this. Not to purchase it, but I would rent it and see if I actually enjoyed it, and if this would be something that I would want to play more of, then I would probably buy it. But who knows? Or just wait for it to really drop in price and then play it. But by then, EA servers might not be online anymore, so who really knows. But I will say, for a first look at the multiplayer, this does have my interest. Anyway, moving on. Up next, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
At last, the promise has been made.
I mean, I will say, first off, that meh is kind of how I feel. I did play Final Fantasy VII, but I played it years after it had come out, and really couldn't get past how the characters looked. The gameplay was fine, but I had other stuff to play, and I couldn't really hold my interest to it. This has been something that I know Final Fantasy fans have been wanting for a long damn time, and there have been a lot of teases. Hell, there was a Final Fantasy VII Cross, I think was what it called, that came out some odd years ago, and that there was even a screenshot, I think, that somebody made, or it was just the fact that that game had Cloud in it, but you couldn't play him, or something like that, where it was a story that tied into Final Fantasy VII. Now, this trailer is just a teaser, just showing what the game is going to look like. It's going to look like a current-gen Final Fantasy game, which, yeah, is going to look incredible, but you don't know anything about the gameplay, or if it's going to be different, if it's going to be what Final Fantasy VII was. I can't imagine that it's going to be. I imagine more than likely they're going to take what they're currently using for the battle system, probably from 15, where it's all live active combat, I do wonder if you can still, switch between characters, or if they'll just be controlled by AI. It would be nice if, like in Final Fantasy VII, you can, switch between characters to have that controlled combat and team dynamic. This, I really couldn't care. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. If anything, Final Fantasy IX was my favorite. And, when this comes out, there's no release date for it. So I imagine maybe another year or two until it actually comes out. I'll probably rent it when it comes out just to take a look at it and see if it's any good. Alright, moving on. Last one on the list. The aptly titled The Last Guardian. This has a release date, though it did originally. Does nobody remember that? Okay, so this game had a release date for originally 2011 for the PlayStation 3. And this game has been in development since 2007. That's a 4-year cycle. That's longer than probably the average game. Probably even bigger than some of the bigger title games that require maybe a minimum of 2 years in order to work on it. Which, as I understand it, is probably about the average time for a game to be made, or at least a really high quality game to be made. Graphically, it looks fine. It's not as spellbinding or as amazing as what Star Wars Battlefront looked like. I will say that. I have not had as much interest or hype. Hell, I barely even heard about this until I heard, people who I follow talking about how The Last Guardian is a game that's been sitting in development hell for a long time and has kind of resurfaced and then gone away again and again, and other people wondering about it and asking about it. And, well, they showed it here at E3 and said, yeah, it has a release date for next year. And I'm sure there are a number of people going, really? Are you sure? Because this game's been sitting in development hell for nearly 10 years now. That's just about how long Duke Nukem Forever sat in development hell. And when that game came out, I played it for a couple hours. I rented it. I didn't buy it. And goddamn, that game was boring. It was just very boring. And hell, I had read a story, I think a couple of months before the big announcement at PAX that, hey, Duke Nukem Forever is a thing and it is coming out. And I remember reading a story before that happened that said, it's canceled. 3D Realms is bankrupt. But it came out and it was dog shit and everybody hated it. So, I don't think this will be dog shit, but it probably, it might not be the kind of game that I'm into, because I did play Ico, and I really couldn't get into it, and I never played, The Shadows of the Colossus. I have some interest in it, but, I don't know. So, we'll see. It all just depends on the fact of, will it actually come out, and when it does, will it have been worth the wait? Probably not, because I can't remember when was the last time a game that sat in development hell, or that had been pushed back so much, and when it came out, did it turn out to be everything that they claimed it was? Not really. I mean, Duke Nukem Forever was boring, and it was really boring, and it borrowed game mechanics from other better games and then tried to take jabs at those games. And hell, Watch Dogs was a game that I had some interest in, but then when it kept on getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and then when it came out, it turned out to be a giant disappointment for a lot of people. So, who knows? Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. What games are you looking forward to that are being announced and coming out at E3? Hell, a little while ago, I saw that they showed more gameplay footage for No Man's Sky that actually showed that there is some combat and that everything on other planets is destructible, which is pretty cool. I want to see more, because I do have a lot of anticipation for that. So until next time, I hope that you guys enjoy. Please let me know what you think. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button if you did enjoy this. I would greatly appreciate it. You can check me out on Twitter at JMR83709. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.